Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the channel today. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, we're going to be covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin today. Just an update to yesterday's video because we've seen a lot happen since then. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future and let's dive right in. So this is Bitcoin's price action from yesterday. You can see how we were talking about a potential higher low forming here because we tend to see from this orange area, wicking, reversals right over here. And this is something we were anticipating yesterday. And the great thing about this recent price action is that we've indeed seen a dip from this orange area. And in fact, this now means that Bitcoin has formed that higher low. But at the same time, really important to notice that we might be seeing an ascending triangle form altogether. Because you're seeing here, a resistance is acting upon Bitcoin's price action, but we're forming higher lows. So great to see this potential continuation pattern that is the ascending triangle forming at these highs. One other thing to mention here is that we tend to see fervent buy-side reaction in the form of course, downside wicks, but generally over here, strong bottoms, V-shaped bottoms, and over here, V-shaped bottoms as well with downside wicks towards the orange area. Right over here, the buy-side reaction is a little bit different, but still downside wicks, but we're getting candle closes inside this orange area nonetheless. So we're not really seeing volatile buy-side pressure, volatile buy-side reaction. Instead, we're seeing something more controlled, still a buy-side mentality that is buying the dips at a premium as evidenced by this higher low. But generally, it's not a fervent emotional buy-side pressure. It's more controlled and it's more indicative of reaccumulation, which is why we're seeing this consolidation inside a continuation pattern. So less fervent emotionally, once again, but more controlled reaccumulation happening here. And that's something really interesting because it also ties in with Ethereum's price action as well, because we're seeing an Ethereum flagging structure in the works. So this recent dip has given us an idea that we're in both, Bitcoin and Ethereum are forming continuation structures. Both are in reaccumulation. And that is a great segue to the altcoin investing course. It's a 9-module course taught by me. I talk about how to invest in altcoins, how to divest from them at the right times, how to look at indicators for when we're going to be seeing further upside for altcoins across the market. I'm really proud that over 150 students rated this as a 5-star course. Really proud of that because this is something that I've been creating for many months and it's finally out there. You can also get it in the masterclass bundle, which includes the technical analysis course, the risk management course, and a $100 discount. So check out the link in the description down below for the altcoin investing course and you won't be disappointed, I promise you. Here is the ascending triangle that we're seeing on Bitcoin's price action right over here. So it is also playing into this upcoming golden cross that we're seeing here. These two EMAs are practically, literally touching. The crossover is really in the process. We might even actually see this crossover occur within the next 24 hours. So this ascending triangle is a means to an end in facilitating that golden cross. Of course, wicking beyond this resistance is possible. We've seen this in the recent past. And a 4-hour close above here would be phenomenal. A daily close would be even better. Just a turn 20 or at least 46,400 into support before seeing further price appreciation. And that's definitely going to facilitate the golden cross. But in any case, nothing's really going to sidetrack this golden cross at this point in time. It pretty much looks done. We're just waiting for that confirmation. Yesterday's dip wasn't enough to sidetrack it, so it doesn't look like we're going to see these two EMAs drastically deviate from one another. This is going to happen. It's pretty much guaranteed at this point. This is the flagging structure that I mentioned about Ethereum. So we're seeing the ascending triangle for Bitcoin. Flagging structure for Ethereum. In yesterday's video, I was talking about how we need to see the bottom of this flagging structure hold as a support. And if we do, we'd probably see a green candle inside this structure, because that's what we've been seeing. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green. So we're seeing yet another green candle today. And the best thing about this is that, yes, the bottom of the flag held, but also what was possible was to see a downside wick into this orange area, just like we saw over here. But we didn't get that, which is actually spectacular, because this long downside wick is at a higher low to this downside wick. So quite a sharp higher low, which just showcases that compared to a few days ago, when we saw this long downside wick into the sub 2900 level, right? We're now getting wicking and fervent buy-side pressure in the sub 3,000 level. So that's a difference of $1,000. Ethereum buyers are really keen to buy Ethereum at a $1,000 premium on a dip. Now that's pretty good news for Ethereum, especially when it's in a consolidation structure like this one, which is supposed to be a reaccumulation range before further upside. We've seen these upside wicks over the past few days, but we're still challenging those highs once again. And if we get a daily close here, that's a confirmed breakout, especially if we turn 3,200 roughly into support, because that would effectively give us room for more upside. So that's great to see consolidation for Ethereum on the daily time frame, just above a really crucial area of previous resistance. As you can see here, upside wicks rejecting, and now you're seeing a similar situation where we got that weekly candle close above the orange area, and now we're actually retesting this orange area as a support. So that's fantastic, because the next resistance here is around 3,600, and the next one after that is around 4,000. So two final major resistance areas lie ahead of Ethereum, because this successful retest attempt of this orange area, this historical demand area, looks to be successful. We just need follow through from this point, and that's going to give us a opportunity to revisit these two major resistances. Number one right over here, 3,600, 3,700, and right over here just below 4,000. So great to see that. Really great to see that. And another thing that's great to see, yesterday we were talking about how Litecoin struggles to retest this 200-day EMA, a long-term gauge of investor sentiment, as a valuable support. But once it does, considerable upside follows. And we're actually seeing at this point in time that we shouldn't have worried that much about the dip, as long as that confirmed daily candle close above the 200-day EMA occurred. That's exactly what we got. And in fact, 10% towards the upside is what Litecoin has enjoyed today, casually ascending to $180 plus. We've been talking a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Litecoin seems to be ascending casually, climbing very silently, but still performing really well. This is a setup I shared in the Rekt Capital newsletter. 53% up from the lows, the green area right over here. And if you want to join the newsletter, it's $10 a month, only $10 a month for 3 newsletters a week. That's 12 newsletters a lot of the time per month, which is less than $1 for a newsletter, which is, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. In any case, 53% up from the lows. You can sign up to the newsletter, click in the link in the description down below for the Rekt Capital newsletter. 53% up from the lows for Litecoin. And what I'm going to be watching for is, because that's a great thing to see Litecoin rebound from the 200-day EMA. Investor sentiment, long-term investor sentiment is shifting towards Litecoin. People are getting a bit more bullish about it. But this orange area is the immediate resistance to break. And if we can break above it, so that's around 190, turn this resistance into support next week, or even try to do that this week, although that could be a bit too optimistic. Let's try next week. Turn it into support next week. We could ascend towards the red area, which is just below 240. Let's see how that goes. Really interesting to see this curling up price action. And this curling up price action, that U-shaped reversal, is quite indicative of what we're seeing across altcoins. On the macro scale here for Ethereum, You're also seeing it on Cardano, but you're also seeing it on a more micro scale for Litecoin. So loads of altcoins are reversing towards the upside. Great to see that after such a considerable crash only a few months ago. Now we're seeing some signs of reversals, and this could indeed turn into continuation once key resistance levels are flipped into a support. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching today. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. Like the video if you enjoyed today's content and would like to see more content like this going forward. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.